Well, to start, this is an unbelievable day for Monmouth University. As the basketball coach, I could not be more excited to be making this move today to the CAA. As a coach, you always want what's best for your program, and us going into the CAA is what's best for our program. We've been working extremely hard to try to move our program forward, move it up, lift it up, and with our school being accepted to this league, it is time now. We are here. I said thank you to Coach Callaway because he's played a major role over the years in getting us to this point. I got to talk to Mr. Cornegay outside and tell him thank you for the work he did at the beginning when Monmouth, no one could even have dreamed of days like this. But it's all the people that came before me. How could I be talking about moving up to the CAA without mentioning Dr. McNeil and how hard she worked at this university while she was in charge as the athletic director? You know, I feel so proud for Jeff, because Jeff being the right-hand man for so long, and now he's the AD, and now our school is being recognized to move to this high-level league. So that's a credit to so many people that came before me, and now I'm the coach of the basketball program that gets to sit here in front of you and be so proud of all the great things that's happened here. And I just want everybody to know that Monmouth basketball is excited about this, and we're coming to this new league. It's new for us, and it's going to be a heavy challenge, but we're coming to this league to try to compete for championships. And we want to add something to the league, but we really want to compete for championships, and we think our program's in position to do that.
King, you've played some CAA teams this year. Hofstra, Towson was a nice win on the road. As you just said, I mean, I would think you think that this program now is ready to make that leap to a league like the CAA.
No, I definitely think our program is ready to do that. And I think the MAC played a role in us getting ready to do that. So us being in the MAC for the last 9 years has prepared us for this day. I think if we tried to jump from the NEC to this level, it wouldn't have been fair to our kids. But now that we've spent that time in the MAC, I think our program is ready for the next level. And it definitely is the next level. So we're gonna have to ramp up what we're doing on and off the court, you know, and then joining that group, not just for athletics, but the universities that are in the CAA is definitely a step up for our university also. So it's across the board. This is a big time day for Monmouth University.
Bittersweet in any way, in that you seem to have made some really close relationships with the coaches in the MAC that you've been competing against for years. I'm sure you'll still be friends with them, but you know, you'll have.
I'm always going to be friends with them, and I just talked to some people about this, and you know, when a family member has an opportunity to do something that is better for them, you have to be supportive. And I think all the coaches in the MAC understand this is better for Monmouth University. I'm sure there's some sad days because we played a major role in what the MAC does, you know, but the coaches, I know to a man, are happy for not only Monmouth University, but they're happy for me. And they know this is going to be a heavy challenge for me, and we're always going to be friends. Maybe we'll play some of those schools, I don't know. You know, I like challenges, and being in this league has been a big time challenge for us. We won 3 regular season championships, and we got one more chance to get to the tournament. And we're fighting to get that done right now. But I have good memories of this league. I've made some great friends that are still coaching in this league, and then also made some great friends that were in that league that got fired. And I'm still friends with all of them. And I think the basketball world is getting smarter, and we don't have to beat each other up as coaches. You want to win on certain nights, but on the other nights you want the guy to have a safe trip home. You want the person to have a good time with their families and their kids, because we're basketball coaches. That's what our job is. But we're also fathers. We're also sons. We're husbands. We're a whole bunch of stuff. And you pull for guys to have that peace in their lives. And I know they pull for the same for me. And now we're going to go to Coach Callahan, who's the dean of Monmouth, and who has truly shown me what it is to be a Monmouth man, and I've grown because of being close to Coach Callahan, our football coach, and I know this is an exciting day for him too, and but he has helped me be a better head coach. So I think he probably should have been the first one talking up here. But I got practice today, so I try to jump in front and try to get in and get out. I don't think we have to change a lot. I think in recruiting, it's going to open up some things for us. I think we would miss on some kids to the CAA. Some of those guys might have come to Monmouth, but we were in the MAC. So we'll recruit very similar than we were. You don't make predictions on we're going to come in this league and we're going to do this and that. We're going to be very competitive right from the beginning, and I know that just from playing their teams in the past. But playing them one night and being able to get a win is different than going into a league and now every single night you're playing that level of team with that level of coach. That's why it's going to be hard. Us changing, I'm not going to change a whole bunch. We're going to play the style we play. I'm super aggressive. We like to come after you. I'm going to do that. We'll probably need to get a bigger, stronger, little bit bigger, stronger kid. If we go from high school, if we recruit high school, it's probably we need a bigger, stronger young guy. But the way recruiting is now, you can find kids all over the country. And you can put a team together quickly. So we got a pretty good one right here, right now, with a lot of young guys that are getting not a lot of experience in games, but they're getting a lot of work in practice. So I think we'd fit well going there next year.
Well, this is I look at this as just another step in the evolution of Monmouth football. We're going on 30 years of playing football here at Monmouth. And I think every 5 or 6 years, we've taken another step to advance our football program and advance the level of football that we play. And I think this recent move into the CAA represents probably the biggest step that we've taken to this point. It certainly has positioned us in the most competitive conference that we've been in up to this point. And we know we have a lot of work cut out for us. But in saying that, it's a move that we're tremendously excited about. It's a great move for Monmouth University as an institution. It's a terrific move for our athletics department, not only getting everybody playing under the same conference name, but also it's a great move for the association that we're going to have with all the other institutions.
Kevin, just from the standpoint of the regional fit, you had to get on the plane a lot in the Big South. Here, it looks like a lot more teams in the region that you're going to be competing against. I would think that's a big positive.
Yeah, the regional conference alignment is something that we had been hoping for a long time. I mean, back when we played in the Northeast Conference, we had that for the most part. Then we were independent, and then as we entered the Big South, as great as the Big South was for Monmouth football, it was such a large geographic footprint that there were no alliances and allegiances in terms of not only the fan base but also a lot of our players. A lot of the reaction that we would get sometimes in recruiting is that, well, you're going to play all your games down south, and we worked very hard to schedule regional games as non-conference games to kind of keep a Northeast flavor to our schedule. But what we have now is a schedule that's completely a Northeast flavor, a little bit in the Mid-Atlantic region, but it's a footprint that we naturally recruit within. This is our recruiting footprint, and we're excited now to be playing games in that area. And I think what Monmouth brings to the conference is they didn't have a school in New Jersey. You had kind of the northern group, and you had everybody south of New Jersey. So New Jersey is the natural link. It's the linchpin that kind of pulls the conference together. And I think that's one of the reasons why we were so attractive to the Colonial Athletic Association.
Hey, Owen, you played in both. What are your thoughts on this, and what Monmouth maybe has to do now?
I think we just go out there and play the game that we normally have. All of our athletes and obviously our coaches, we're very excited to step on a huge stage and perform. So I think we just get out there and we play our game. We're going to be fine. We're going to compete at a very high level.
Was there any difference you saw in playing last year in the Big South from what you saw in the Colonial?
I wouldn't say so. I just say that it's competition at every single level. So we go out there and do what we have to do, and we compete at a high level like we have last couple of years. Then I think we're going to be great.
Just for Tony, a student athlete without the CAA background that Owen has necessarily, but what's your excitement level? How do you react to just having a whole new slate of regular opponents, maybe leveling up in the defenses you'll see? Just how are you looking to attack that, and just what are your thoughts on the whole day today and the news from yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely super excited. The CAA in terms of FCS football, it's probably one of the top 3, if not the best conference in the country. So you see teams like James Madison that has so much success, who's moving on now. Like, we feel like we can kind of fit that platform that the rest of the CAA carries. They have, I think, 12, 13 really solid teams now. So it's going to be a little adjustment because every week's going to be a battle. There's not going to be any light weeks. Every week it's going to be championship caliber. But if we keep working like Coach Cal said in our team meeting yesterday, everything's got to be the best that we've ever done it. So every lift, every run, classroom, every team meeting, it's got to be the best we've ever done it. And I think our guys are really buying into that. We got a really hungry group. And so I think if we maintain that and are consistent with that, we're going to be just fine.
If I could follow with Coach Callahan, with the father of Monmouth football, I like to say sometimes, can you take me to the moment when you knew this was happening? Just can you even characterize what it was about? Because this feels like it's been a long time coming, so I'm curious, for somebody who's been here from the beginning, just what...
I guess the correct answer would be the moment I knew that this was a reality was yesterday.
Yeah.
But there had been, as you had heard all day, there's been a lot that went into the planning of this and the back and forth and the work that Athletic Director Jeff Stapleton, President Leahy, and Commissioner D'Antonio have been working on for since the summer. So there's a lot that goes into it. But the excitement that we have as a football program and joining this conference is outstanding. And there's a couple of things that you probably know, but we've played 9 of the current 13 members in our history. We've already played them. We only won 2 of those games of the 9 that we've played. So we've had a taste of the level of competition that we're going to play on a week in, week out basis. It's not a conference where you can point to one team and say, well, we got to really get up and play that team. You better do that every single week. There's no such thing as a home field advantage in this league. I've researched the last 10 years of schedules, okay? There's no such thing as a home field advantage. What you see in this league is every probably 4 to 5 years, with the exception of JMU recently, is a team will have an exceptional year in spike. And then if you look at the other teams in their conference records, most of them are 4-4. Mm-hmm. Some are 3-5, some are 5-3. So what that tells you is they beat each other up because of the high level of competition and the parity. The other thing that's important to note is that over the last 10 years, the CAA has averaged 4 teams going to the FCS playoff in each and every year. In 2018, they hit a benchmark year and set a record for placing 6 teams in the playoffs. Okay, and in the last 6 seasons, 11 of the current 12 CAA members, including JMU before they left, 11 of those schools have been represented in the FCS playoffs. So that tells you the level of parity that there is in that league. So we know what we're in for, and we will get prepared to go out and play in it. But it's an exciting move for us. We're really amped up about the challenge, and we're looking forward to it.
Your recruiting also a challenge, just recruiting against your new conference peers. I mean, already you were battling against them just in the region and the footprint you referenced earlier, but just what do you anticipate in the recruiting being like now?
From a recruiting standpoint, it is most definitely going to open up a lot of doors. We've recruited against them frequently in the past. We certainly didn't win all those recruiting battles because the CAA was viewed as a higher level conference than both the NEC and the Big South. And I think some of the Big South was because of the regionalization of it. So it's going to open, while it's going to be more competitive in recruiting, it's also going to open doors for us that may have not opened for us in the past. You know, quite honestly, I was hoping they would make this assignment on December 1st, so we would have the benefit of everybody having this information before the early signing.
Any other questions?